Hi, I'm B News producer Sydney Bowles, here for our monthly check-in on all the wonderful things that are going on at the Burlington Senior Center and the Council on Aging. I'm joined as always by the Council on Aging Director, Marge Yetman. Marge, thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me once again.
How are you doing this now that we're really in spring?
Oh, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it.
We were both just talking about maybe doing some herb gardening stuff. It's that time of year. It's exciting.
Yes.
Should we talk about what's going on at the Senior Center?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's start. I feel like we've done this a couple of times. We start with something a little more serious and then move into the lighter stuff. So tell me about what's going on with stroke awareness.
So, stroke awareness, we have a neurologist from Leahy, excuse me, who is yet to be determined because it depends on their schedules. And a neurologist will come out and talk about stroke awareness and, a little bit of how to prevent it, but more importantly, how to spot the signs.
Okay, so the details on where and when to find that are going to be in the Senior Center, in the newsletter, as always.
Which I think I believe it's going to the mail tomorrow.
Amazing. So folks should have it on their doorstep, is that right?
Yeah, 2 to 3 days.
Fantastic.
Hopefully.
So let's go in calendar order here. I'm really interested to see that you've got Western line dancing coming up.
Yes.
Talk about that one.
I wish we had that a couple months ago before the prom.
Listen, everyone was so talented dancing at prom. No one needs lessons.
Okay.
Everyone is stunning.
If anybody watches the dancing and they see their director dancing, don't have the steps down. I definitely need some lessons. But anyway, we'll do that next year. So Western line dancing is going to be, you can come, you can get out on the floor, and she'll instruct you on, or us, I might do it myself, instruct us on how, what steps to do and how to do them and the timing. And you can also come and just watch the rest of us fall on our face.
Amazing.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're not going to fall on our face.
No falling, just beautiful dancing and good fun. And that's Tuesday, May 7th at 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there will be square? No. Sign up as always.
Okay. Next day, Wednesday, May 8th, we're talking about gardening again. We're back to gardening. This is exciting.
It's spring.
What's going on?
And let me just add that I got an email this morning talking about the last frost, and the last frost is the last day for possible frost. Not that it couldn't happen. The last day is on Thursday.
Oh, that's exciting.
So when this airs, it would have been yesterday.
Yep.
So really, really fun. So the garden people are coming out from the garden club, and they're going to help us start our spring herb garden.
Man, I wish I could go to that.
So they're going to do you probably could.
You're right.
To your boss. There's going to be a slide presentation on seed starting. And if you want to start your own, bring 2 small pots. And and a tablespoon.
Incredible. Just a tablespoon. That's all you need.
Yeah, they'll provide the potting soil and the seeds.
That's great. What an opportunity.
Yeah.
I love that. Perfect time of year. Then following week, let's see, on Tuesday, May 14th, there's some planning for Medicare.
There is. This is for the folks 60 to 64-ish to learn about Medicare and what you need to know, when to sign up for it, how to sign up for it. Don't wait until your 65th birthday and go, oh, what do I do? It's super important to sign up before your birthday.
Is that one of those like bureaucracy things that you kind of have to know how to do it? You can't just,
You can just get online and do it, but you want to, what are the different types of Medicare? What do you need to know? What do you need to do?
Yeah. Okay. It's important.
What you need to have. Insurance, the prescription insurance is super important if you don't have prescriptions through another way, because you will get, they'll basically fine you, and for every year you don't get it, you get an increase in how much you have to pay for it. So it's pretty harsh. So you want to make sure that you're signed up for that, but they'll cover all of that. And I think as I'm creeping up on 60, I'll probably sit in on it myself. It's really good to know this information, and it's not meant for the folks who've already signed up. It really is meant for those folks who are thinking about retirement, getting close to that age. Come on in, we'll have some snacks, and you'll get introduced to the Senior Center, because we're not just for old people.
Right. I think there's so many activities going on, important information, and it's for anyone 60 and up, really.
Right.
So it's.
I mean, this is the whole reason that we send the newsletter out to people on their 60th birthday, because we want you to be prepared. We want you to be ready. We don't want panic moments when you turn 65.
Right.
Or when you retire, whenever that might be, or when you need something. We want you to know where to go to get that information.
It's just, we don't talk enough about how much of a resource you are for people in all of those different stages of older years. It's really kind of incredible.
And we span a 45-year, period. I mean, from the time you're 60 to
105.
110, however old you're going to live to be. So,
That's great. Okay, back to our list. You always bring me a little list of all the things you want to talk about. So the next one, this is really interesting, and I want to hear more about this. This is kind of intense. It's a 15-hour crime prevention course?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, the number one target for most robbers and muggers and thieves, scammers now, are seniors, older folks. And it seems no matter what we try to do, what information we get out there, people are still getting scammed. This is a little more direct, a little more intense for seniors. RAD is a program that began for women who, especially lived in the city, to learn how to defend yourself against people trying to mug you or rape you. And I think it went to kids and then seniors. And the RAD for women is incredibly intense. There's no question. I've done it myself. It is super intense. The one for seniors is much less intense physically, but you still learn a lot. And they'll still go over how to protect yourself if somebody comes at you. And then they do a lot on scams and other things to look out for. They do ask that you go to there are 10 sessions altogether, and they do ask that you attend, they don't ask, they say you need to go to all 10. So when you look at the newsletter, if you can't attend all the dates, wait, we'll do more. It's not the only one we're going to do. We have done them periodically through the years. And you're going to just be a little bit of physical, learning how to, scare somebody off, push somebody away. And but there'll also be some, lighter stuff. If you can't be physical, they'll find ways to work around that. I think seeing it done and doing what you can with it is super helpful as well, just because then if something happens, you'll at least have the reflexes. If you don't practice doing something, when something happens, your body's not gonna react, and you want your body to react.
Right. And even just the information about financial scams or sort of elder abuse kinds of issues, I think that's really important. So I think it's Mondays and Tuesdays from May 21st to June 25th or something like that.
From 1 to 2:30.
Yeah. So.
And actually, very interestingly, I was just reading something on online scams, and it seems they're actually starting to target the younger, the kids. The 20-somethings. And
I mean, they're so sneaky often. It's really, there are telltale signs, but you got to be on the watch for them.
We spend we spend so much time and resources training and educating seniors that they're getting to be really savvy. And so I think the scammers are turning to those that aren't getting those same lessons. So if you take the course, teach your grandkids.
You'll be a savvy senior.
You'll be a savvy senior, and you can make your 20-something grandchildren savvy 20-something or others.
There you go. And the last thing we're going to talk about, Marge, the Burlington Historical Society is putting on a presentation on May 22nd. So talk about that.
So everybody knows the building that's on the corner of Bedford Street and Cambridge Street. It is now the Burlington Historical Museum. That has had many incarnations. It's been the center school. It's been the library. It was a library at one time. It was the police station at one time.
Wow, it was a police station.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been even worse than what we got going on now.
Can you imagine? Mary Nolte from the Historical Society is going to meet us at the museum and kind of go over the history of the building.
That's great.
Yeah. Be fun. And it was built in 1855, so it's truly one of our historical buildings,
That's wonderful.
which fortunately we
Yeah.
have taken good care of.
There we go. So May 22nd at 1 for that one at that building there, the Burlington Historical Museum. Okay.
Now, here's a little tidbit. So the police station, where
Yeah.
it is in now, that was also once the senior center. The senior
No
center
way.
was in the basement.
Really?
Yep. I have pictures somewhere of the seniors gathering, and they have folding tables and folding chairs, and it's all just one room, and you can see the old fieldstone walls of the basement wall.
Do you know
crazy.
when that was? What years?
We moved into our present location in 1991.
Okay.
It was supposed to be 1989, and there was the infamous fire.
Oh, you're teaching me so much history here.
Oh, I know, it's just cool, isn't it? So it's a source of contention in my house with the fire because my now husband was at the scene and was one of the ones to save the building, and so we have a little ongoing, like, why did you save the building? Because we'd have a much prettier building now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But when I look at the old pictures, I'm like, how did they put people down there? It was so
Yeah.
dank and dark and.
Yeah, it sounds like where you are now is probably a better
much
fit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Much better.
Well, so history abounds. That presentation is May 22nd at 1. Check your newsletter for all those details. And Marge, as always, such a delight to have you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing this information with us.
Thank you for having me, and we'll see you next
I'll
month.
see you again in June.
Yeah.